Hello and welcome to Surfside Beach. That road in front of us is Highway 17 business, and we are going to drive down Highway 17 through Surfside, maybe take some random turns here and there, and just, chat about the area, discuss Surfside and the changes it's gone through. Stuff like that. But first, I need to wait for traffic to clear up. We're across the street from Ocean Lakes. That's what you see over yonder, where that golf cart is moseying down that sidewalk.
Yeah, it's a Sunday, but there's lots of traffic.
Always. This intersection is extremely busy and extremely dangerous. So if you're in the area, whether you're a pedestrian on a golf cart or in a car, be careful around this area. It is always busy. And there's always wrecks. Always.
Wow, that lady's she does cross 17. Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Watch out for the pedestrians. Especially with the campground across the street, and there's a Walmart behind us.
Yeah, we're leaving the Walmart parking lot for reference.
Yeah, so the Walmart behind us gets a lot of traffic from the campgrounds across the street. Alright, so we are heading south into Surfside Beach. This road to our right is Highway 544.
Or Dick Pond Road.
Pretty much the main artery for all the traffic coming into Surfside and all the traffic coming into the RV resorts.
Yeah, a lot of traffic today. But I guess that's just the season.
To our left is the main entrance to Ocean Lakes, right at the end of the terminus of Highway 544. Just after this intersection, once we get a green light, there's one of many candy shops in the area, but it's got pretty good theming to it. What was the name of it?
Gretel's?
Gretel's?
Yeah, we have a video on it.
We have a video on it, but as you may know if you've been to the area recently, or any area like this, Pigeon Forge is another example of it, the candy shops are everywhere.
But to me, what makes a good candy shop is that it actually has rare candy that maybe it's retro and it's hard to find unless you order it online. Stuff like that. Like particularly, I really like the Goo Goo clusters.
Yeah.
And you can't really find them around here. They have them at the Hobby Lobby in North Myrtle, but that's the only place I've seen them outside of Tennessee. But that place does have Goo Goo clusters.
Yes. And I agree with you. If you can find a candy shop that has those rare candies, stuff you haven't seen in years, that's what makes it a good shop. Not so much
right, it's
crazy,
not the flashy huge gummy bears and things like that. It's the actual classic candy that you can't really find anymore. So that's what makes that a good candy store and worth a stop. Pirate's Table, Calabash Seafood. Hasn't that been a lot of different seafood restaurants?
It's had many different names, but has always been a seafood.
Right, but it hasn't always been that.
Old Timey Pottery on the right was a Walmart way back in the day. That's like a discount home goods pottery. It's funny, there was a McDonald's right there on the right, that white building we just passed. They rebuilt, or built a new McDonald's just about a mile and a half behind us. So they closed down one, opened another. Hey, to our left is another ice cream / candy shop. Like I said, they're everywhere.
Sweet and hot. Sweet and hot ice cream.
What's the hot?
I don't know. Coming up on the right is the newest location for Johnny D's Waffles. That actually was a Denny's for a very long time. And then that Denny's sat empty, but now it's Johnny D's. So it's good that building has a purpose and Johnny D's has a new location.
Yeah.
And this is that's the entrance to Deerfield.
Yeah.
That's actually where our first apartment was.
Yeah,
Fairfield.
we had plenty of late nights when that was at Denny's.
Right, we used to go to that Denny's like at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that was a very common occurrence way back in the day.
And also Plantation Pancake House right here on the left that we were passing.
Yeah, Plantation Pancake House used to be a staple as well.
Dagwood's Deli. Fun fact, we've never been to the Surfside location. We've always gone to the Myrtle Beach location, so we haven't actually been to that Dagwood's Deli.
Yeah, the original, the one that's across from Mammy's Kitchen, we've been to a bunch of times. And I've always liked it.
And we just passed Surfside Bowl, which was a very popular hangout spot in high school. Haven't been in many years. They do need to refurbish their outside.
Yeah, and
I mean, looking at it, I would be like, I don't feel like going there. I don't look too good.
Yeah, they could really use a paint job out front to get some people in the door. Yeah, we used to go there a lot in the late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s.
And it was in good condition back then. I haven't been in those doors in a while.
They had a cigarette machine.
Yeah,
that's how long ago it was.
That's how long ago it was. There was a cigarette vending machine at the front door when we used to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming up to the center of Surfside Beach, the main street. I'm going to go ahead and turn and go down Main Street towards the water.
On the right is coming up is Krabby Mike's, which, we've gotten a lot of comments recently, people talking about Krabby Mike's. What is your...
I'm going to just go ahead and throw it out there. I worked at Krabby Mike's back in the day, and...
How about that fresh seafood?
That fresh seafood that we used to get frozen in boxes delivered to us, it's not... That's where I have a little bit of a stigma when it comes to the local seafood places. We have so many local seafood places, and believe it or not, majority of their inventory is not locally sourced. It's the same frozen seafood you could get in Columbia, South Carolina.
And also you had a lot of stuff in cans, too.
Oh, a lot of canned stuff, boxed stuff. There are very, very few items on the menus were fresh and cooked to order. And that is the case with a lot of these. That's not the only seafood or restaurant I've worked at in the area.
Right.
It's kind of that is a theme with a lot of these big restaurants. Now, not all of them are this way. There are good restaurants in the area, but you got to kind of...
be careful.
Be careful, yeah. Some restaurants are just there to cater to the tourist crowd, which is fine, but they try to take advantage of that tourist crowd that doesn't know where they source their food from. But nowadays, it's a lot easier. You've got the internet, you've got reviews, you can do your research, you can know based on other people's experiences whether or not it's authentic or locally sourced.
So if we were taking a right, that would be Glens Bay Road, which would take us to 17 Bypass, or we could keep going straight down Homestown, which would lead us to 707.
Right. So this, perpendicular to where we're facing, is kind of the main artery of the center of Surfside Beach. Excuse me. Similar to Highway 544 in downtown Myrtle Beach. You can pretty much get everywhere from this leg of road if you had a destination in Surfside you needed to get to.
And taking a left here, I know this isn't actually like Main Street, but in my mind, I've always felt like this was kind of like a main street of Surfside.
Yeah, Surfside Drive.
Like a main street, Main Street.
This is literally the hinge for the road naming convention for the town, because you have your 1st, 2nd, 3rd Avenue North and 1st, 2nd, 3rd Avenue South that separates from this point. So yeah, this is Main Street. I mean, it's called Surfside
in my mind, I've always just considered it like Main Street.
Yeah. If you're talking to a local and you say Main Street Surfside, they know you're talking about Surfside Drive. Crossing over Poplar Drive.
You You gotta be real careful at these intersections too, because not everybody stops at the stop signs.
Yeah.
And there are also a lot of golf carts.
Yes, Surfside is known for their golf cart population. There's a lot of golf carts, so keep an eye out. A lot of people ask me, what's a good area to live in the Myrtle Beach area? And honestly, there are pockets of Surfside Beach that still feel like a small town community that are just off the beaten path. Not so much this road specifically because there's a lot of traffic, but if you veer off on some of these side streets, there are some quiet little neighborhoods, just a stone's throw from the water. I mean, close enough where you can open your window at night and hear the ocean, and quiet enough that you're not going to hear traffic.
And to me, a lot of it feels safer than some of the areas closer to Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
It feels more family friendly as well.
You may see a crane in the distance. Yep, there it is. That is the new Surfside Pier being reconstructed. We updated you guys on it in a video last week?
Last week.
So it's still just concrete foundation going in. I don't see any wood piles, anything like that, so I believe it's all concrete this time around. So this is Ocean Boulevard. Ocean's straight ahead.
And there's a River City Cafe right here in front of us.
Yeah, that 3-story building to our left is River City Cafe. And let's go south. So we're going to take a right. Hard to see around that corner.
Bubba's Fish Shack coming up on the right. At the time you're seeing this video, I'm not sure if our video is posted yet or not, but we do have a video either on the channel or coming out very soon from that restaurant. One
of the many divine dining restaurant establishments. Same people that own River City Cafe, California
Nacho
Pizza,
Hippo.
Nacho Hippo, yeah. So as we go south from Surfside Drive, or Main Street, you'll notice it's not very commercialized on this side of Surfside. That's what we were kind of getting to earlier. It's more of a community, residential kind of town.
Well, there's a lot of beach rentals. I mean, don't get it twisted.
Sure. The stuff on this is their Ocean Boulevard, basically. The ocean's to our left. There's no other roads. So this is kind of the rental strip, like you pointed out. But as you go a couple blocks to the west from here, it's quiet, neighborhood style stuff. You don't have a lot of commercial buildings or hotels or motels.
Right. But if you keep following this, you do run into Garden City, where, there's another pier and there's an arcade and there's some, I don't know, what would you call that? Attractions?
Yeah, small attractions, small commercial.
Small, yeah. So you basically grew up in Surfside Beach, so you have a lot that you can share about what it's like here and things like that.
Yeah, Surfside, as some of you may know, I did grow up in Surfside Beach. So I spent a lot of time walking these roads, walking these streets, going from one place to another. And this was, a couple decades ago, so it may not apply today, but as a youth, it was fairly safe, fairly quiet, more of a family vibe. Even the renters that were in this area, that population was more family-oriented renters. It wasn't a lot of party rentals like you might see in the city limits of Myrtle Beach. And, growing up in this area, you see a lot of change, so this town has changed a lot, but it's kind of changed. No, I wouldn't say change. It's kind of reimagined itself. The vibe is still the same. It's held the same family vibe. Evolved. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like, for example, this pace we're going right now behind this golf cart. This is kind of the pace of Surfside. It's more of a laid back.
You don't get the
nature.
traffic that you get like in Myrtle Beach.
No, you don't get you never have the heavy traffic. 17 business through Surfside does get a little crazy, but I think that's more because the roadway uses frontage roads, which basically means there are roads that run the frontage of all the commercial pieces, and then there's the main road in the middle, and it's a little confusing for those who have never used.
A lot of people don't know what they're doing.
So it's technically 3 roads that runs the corridor of 17 business, and to access any of the establishments, commercial buildings off of the main road, you have to get onto a side road, and it's really confusing to those who haven't used frontage roads before. So it's a little nerve-wracking, but when you're off of 17, traffic's no big deal. You see, it's like this. It's relaxed.
The Conch Cafe oceanfront restaurant to our left, which I believe you have, but I've never eaten there.
I think I have. I don't really remember. I've had friends who have worked there when I was younger. It's been here for decades.
Yeah, it's been there a long time.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've never eaten there.
Definitely a locals joint, which a lot of the Surfside stuff is. It's either your locals or your repeat renters that come every year. So that is really it for Surfside. We're about to come up on the threshold between Surfside Beach and Garden City Beach. So as you can see,
yeah, it says welcome to Garden City.
There you go. There's the sign
I think
right
we're
there.
Officially in Garden City.
We are officially Hawes Avenue, right after Oceanside Village community. We are in Garden City Beach now. So when people mention Myrtle's Inlet or Polly's Island, they call that Myrtle Beach. It's really not accurate because you got to go through Surfside Beach, you got to go through Garden City Beach. There are several towns in between. And this is Garden City, which shares a similar vibe to Surfside.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of merged together.
Yeah, it's very easy to confuse one for the other. But as you mentioned earlier, there is a pier coming up here.
Right.
The Garden City Pier. Spent many a days there in my youth. They have an arcade there.
Arcade.
Sam's
Didn't you used
Corner.
to jump off the pier?
Once.
Oh, once.
Shh, don't tell nobody. But yeah, I spent many a time walking from Surfside down the beach to the Garden City Pier. Spent time at the pier, spent time at the arcade. Good times. Oh no.
We're going to have to cut that out.
Okay. I don't know how long it's been like that.
Alright, so there was a cut at some point because we realized that our camera had fallen off. So, I don't know, we'll find out in editing what you missed, but we're just going to pick it up from here.
Right.
So in case it got cut, we were talking about how we are coming up on the Garden City Pier, which will be on the left, and the main, what do we call that main road?
Atlantic?
Yeah, Atlantic Avenue.
So yeah, this intersection right up here. Garden City Pier will be on the left, Sam's Corner will be on the right, and Atlantic Avenue is the right-hand turn we will be taking to exit Garden City. All right, we had another technical difficulty with the camera. It decided to jump ship, and it leaped off the windshield onto the dashboard. Hopefully that was caught on camera. Okay, we are leaving Ocean Boulevard, going down Atlantic, heading towards 17 business. I think we're gonna call it good for the Surfside, Garden City, just drive around and chat portion of the video today.
It's starting to rain.
Yeah, it's starting to rain anyway. So we'll call it good. Maybe we'll revisit Surfside.
Some of the avenues, side streets.
Yeah, some of the side streets. As I alluded to, I'm from Surfside, so I'm very familiar with the area. So I have a lot to talk about. So what you can do is in the comments of this video, if you have any questions about Garden City Surfside or anything specific you'd like to see, comment down below. That way next time we visit, I can hit up those spots, maybe give you some information that I have, like I said, since I've been in the area for so long, or just general chat while I go down the roads and avenues. I think it's windshield wiper time. All right, everybody. Until next time, take it easy.